Hey everybody, Allie Doran here. Today we're making some super simple venison fajitas. I'm going to show you guys a quick cilantro garlic marinade that I use all the time, and it's absolutely perfect for fajitas. So what I have here is a little bit of venison steak. Flank steak works really well, rump steak works, or skirt steak. I actually have it sliced into pretty thin ribbons here, and we just need to add the liquid portion of our marinade first. So what I actually have here is some olive oil and red wine vinegar. And then I just have a little bit of seasoning. I have some salt and cumin. I'm gonna add that right in. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of lime juice, fresh lime juice, which I love to add with venison because that rich flavor that some people might call gamey, you know, it really just needs to be balanced out with something bright and zippy. So we have red wine vinegar and fresh lime juice. We're gonna add some garlic. You don't really need to get super fancy with it. Chop it really fine, but you do wanna give a nice smash, which releases the juices of the garlic. Last thing I'm gonna add is our cilantro. Just kind of give a rough chop. I even put the stems and all right in my marinade. I have a nice zip top bag here. I'm just gonna kind of give this a mix with my fingers to get everything well incorporated. And then this is gonna hang out in the fridge until I'm ready to make my fajitas. You can do this, I would recommend giving it at least an hour, but honestly, up to overnight is great. So this just goes right into our zip top bag. So I'm all ready. We've been marinating for about 4 hours. Again, my venison is already all cut up. What I'm gonna do is actually just take it right out of the bag that we marinated it in, and I'm gonna put it on a paper towel on a plate. I just wanna dab off some of that marinade just so we have a nice sear on our meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my large skillet on medium-high heat. We want a really nice and hot pan. Again, we want to get a nice char on our venison. We're going to cook it to like a medium rare. So what we want to do is dab some of this marinade off, like I said. The big pieces of garlic and cilantro, you can just kind of move them to the side. We don't really want those in the pan, but if a little bit gets in there, no big deal. So I'm adding about a tablespoon of olive oil to my hot pan. And I'm going to go ahead and get my veggies ready as well. So I have some sliced onions, red bell pepper, and green bell pepper. We're gonna add plenty of lime juice into the seasoning portion of the fajitas, and I think we are all ready to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the venison into my very hot pan. Okay, I'm letting this cook, again on medium-high heat. If you're using cast iron, you might wanna go to just about medium heat. Cast iron gets hot super quickly. But I'm just gonna go for about maybe 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna remove my venison to a plate that I have set on the side here. I'd say we're about halfway done with our venison fajita meat. So my venison has a nice little sear on it. It's almost cooked. I would say it's about rare right now. Like I said, we're gonna go for a final temperature of medium rare. I'm gonna pour off some of the drippings from that marinade, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onions and peppers. With my burner still on, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my sliced onions and peppers and add them to the pan. Still have a good amount of oil in here, so it'll be perfect. I'll give these a quick toss and get everything sauteing before I add any seasonings or the venison back into the pan. While we're waiting for the onion and pepper to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and get a char on my tortillas. All I'm gonna do is I'm going to light a burner. I have a gas range, and very carefully just lay my tortilla, this is flour, right over the open flame. So again, you wanna be really careful with this, but you're just gonna go ahead and flip. You don't even need 30 seconds per side, honestly. Just kind of keep flipping until you get some nice char marks. My tortillas are charred. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my spices and seasoning into the fajita mixture. So this is just some chili powder, cumin. We're getting that cumin to go all throughout this dish so it will tie everything in together really nicely. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my already seared venison back into the pan. I'm gonna turn off my burner and grab that lime that I cut up earlier. The last thing we're gonna do is just hit the whole pan with some lime juice. It'll deglaze the bottom. We'll mix it up one more time, and then we're ready to eat. Okay, so I'm ready to serve. I'm gonna build myself some fajitas. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of my onions, my pepper, and of course, my venison here. This is a super simple weeknight meal. Honestly, you can put it together in about 15 minutes, especially if you marinate the venison overnight, the night before. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of extra cilantro. You can always do sour cream, cheese, but I'm kind of a purist when it comes to these. I like them kind of as they are. The little extra cilantro, of course. So good. The cumin flavor really comes through there. The lime wakes everything up. My venison is nice and tender. These are so well balanced. If you want this recipe for these super easy venison fajitas, go over to my website, www.missallie'skitchen.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow for more. Thanks for watching.